They told you the story of the samurai, honor, bushido, steel and silk. But what if the most electrifying chapter was deliberately redacted? What if, nestled within the rigid hierarchy of 16th century feudal Japan, walked a warrior who defied every single expectation, a man whose very existence shatters the pristine image etched in our history books? Forget everything you think you know, because tonight we unearth the forgotten legend of Yasuke, an African, a towering figure in a land of whispers, and for a brief incandescent moment, a samurai under the most feared and revered warlord in all of Japan, Oda Nobunaga. This isn't just history, it's a revelation, a truth so profound you'll wonder why it was ever allowed to fade. By the end of this, the official narrative won't just be questioned, it will be broken. Our journey begins not with a warrior's birth but with his arrival. 1579 Japan, a time of brutal civil war, the Sengoku period, and then a tremor. Jesuit missionary Alessandro Valignano arrives in Kyoto, not alone. By his side stands a man of immense stature, skin black as charcoal, whose presence sends shockwaves through the cloistered society. Yasuke, his origins, debated, Mozambique, Ethiopia, Angola. The records are vague, almost intentionally so. Imagine the scene. People abandoning their work, scrambling onto rooftops just to catch a glimpse. They had never seen anything like him. The sheer otherness of Yasuke was a spectacle. But here's where the story takes its first crucial turn. Instead of fear or instant rejection, his arrival caught the attention of one man, Oda Nobunaga, the Demon King, a warlord unlike any other, ruthless, visionary, and utterly obsessed with the new, the exotic, the powerful. When Nobunaga heard of this black man, he didn't just request an audience, he demanded it. Nobunaga, initially convinced Yasuke's skin was simply stained with black ink, ordered him to strip and be scrubbed. When the color remained, his fascination turned to awe. He saw not a curiosity, but a weapon, a symbol. He was impressed by Yasuke's strength, said to be 10 times that of a normal man, and his imposing stature. But it was more than physical prowess. Yasuke quickly learned Japanese, engaging directly with Nobunaga, proving his intelligence and loyalty. Nobunaga, who always valued merit over birthright, saw in Yasuke a kindred spirit, a man who defied norms. He granted Yasuke a stipend, a personal residence, and the ultimate symbol of status, a katana. Yasuke wasn't merely a retainer, he was Nobunaga's personal attendant, his bodyguard, even his confidant. This wasn't assimilation, it was elevation. But here's the insidious twist. The official accounts, few and far between, paint Yasuke's story as a brief footnote, a novelty, a curious interlude before the real history resumed. They want you to believe his presence was insignificant, a momentary distraction for a powerful lord, a mere blip. This is where they lie. This is where the narrative is deliberately distorted. Because Yasuke wasn't just a curiosity, he was a samurai. And for Nobunaga to bestow that title upon a foreigner, an African, in 16th century Japan, that wasn't just unusual, that was revolutionary. That was a challenge to the entire social fabric, a statement that only Nobunaga dared to make. His inclusion wasn't an oversight, it was a carefully calculated, radical move. Yasuke was a symbol of Nobunaga's vision for a unified, meritocratic Japan, a vision that threatened the old guard to its very core. Yasuke fought alongside Nobunaga. He was present in battle, his strength and loyalty proven repeatedly. But his ultimate test, and the moment his fate became irrevocably intertwined with Nobunaga's, came in 1582, the Honnoji incident, a betrayal. Nobunaga's trusted general, Akechi Mitsuhide, turned on him. Trapped in Honnoji Temple surrounded, Nobunaga performed seppuku, but before he did, Yasuke was there, fighting valiantly to protect his lord, even as the temple burned around them. He then attempted to escape, taking Nobunaga's head, a crucial act to prevent it from falling into enemy hands and being displayed as a trophy. He failed to get it out, but he fought. He survived. And here is the most baffling, most infuriating part of Yasuke's story. After the Honnoji incident, after fighting to the last for his lord, after being deemed not Japanese enough by Mitsuhide to be executed, he was handed back to the Jesuits, and then the records simply end. Poof, gone, vanished from the historical record. Think about that. A man who shattered racial barriers, who stood beside the most powerful man in Japan, who was a living testament to a future Nobunaga envisioned, simply disappears. Is it coincidence, or is it evidence of a deliberate erasure? A concerted effort by the very powers Nobunaga threatened, To bury the memory of a warrior who proved that greatness transcended origin, that loyalty knew no race, that samurai could be different? The official files stop there. They leave us with a void. A silence where a legend should be. Yasuke's fate remains shrouded in shadow, but his existence, his undeniable, documented presence, fundamentally reshapes our understanding of feudal Japan. It proves that within the strict confines of history, there are always cracks, always hidden truths, waiting to be unearthed. The files stop there, but our inquiry does not. It's up to us to find what they buried. What details have you uncovered? What whispers have you heard? Share your findings below. Because sometimes the greatest truths are found not in what is written but in what has been desperately erased. Let's reclaim Yasuke's legacy, together.